Well, the genre of true crime, huge in the world of podcasting and documentaries, but sometimes that's just not enough for those hardcore true crime lovers out there. So our next guest created an augmented reality app that opens the doors to real-life crime scenes. So joining us now, Neil and Lauren Mant, co-founders of Crime Door. Great to have both of you guys here. Neil, I want to start with you. Walk us through how this app works for a lot of crime fans out there.
Yeah, well, actually, it's pretty simple. We put two things together. I realized a year ago with Lauren that there's no home base for true crime fans to go to. And what I mean by that is if I am interested in LeBron James or another star in sports, I can go right to ESPN.com. If I want to know about finances, I can go to WallStreetJournal.com. In the case of true crime, I have to be my own detective. You know, I have 10, 15 tabs up at a time, and I don't know what's real. There's a lot of conspiratorial things on the internet. You don't get it in order. If I was to search O.J. Simpson murder, I would get certainly some information on the murder, but I would probably get O.J. At USC. I get O.J. at the Bills. I get O.J. With Hertz at, and I would then get Making a Murder, My Favorite Murder, and all other kinds of murder content. Too inefficient, and you don't know what's accurate. So Lauren and I decided, now this would be work. We would work with journalists around the country, and we would identify a case and then do the PhD deep dive in that case. So everything in the app is hand curated. So now you have a map, you can see what's around you, and you have these very detailed case profile. What would take it to the next level, the one thing that would allow you to understand a case, remember reading and looking at videos, you're just learning. But to understand, you have to be at the crime scene. And so we developed a remarkable augmented reality technology that allows you simply on your own phone to scan the ground and basically create a time machine in your living room. And it opens this doorway, and then we have recreated the crime scene based off of the crime photos. And so they're completely accurate. We don't make anything unless we are completely confident that we have all the information, right down to the actual inch. And so where there's a blood droplet, where there's a piece of evidence, it is exactly how it was in those crime scene photos. And we work with, large visual effects companies to recreate it, like the guys who make Marvel movies and CSI. But this gives you an experience to understand.
This is so cool, guys, especially just what we just saw on our screen just a moment ago. Lauren, where did this interest in true crime and augmented reality come from? Were you guys always interested in this?
I think I'm the super true crime fanatic in the house, but Neil's been working in AR and VR the last few years. So I think it's the perfect molding of our two real passions. And you just find a need for the audience. And this is something where there's so many people that they want to solve crimes. They want to really understand and experience, what a detective, what it might be like, or maybe even help a family. So this way users can go in and maybe see something that somebody else didn't catch, just really do the deep dive, again, with the profile in addition to this AR component.
Neil, you guys have a retired cold case investigator named Paul Holes, who's a partner with you guys on Crime Door. What does he bring to the table here? Because I'm sure he knows so much about this industry.
Well, when Paul saw it, he basically put this on par with DNA. He said for the first time in history, you'll be able to recreate these moments. And if you think about the way a detective works, they get 1 hour at a scene, maybe 2, and then that crime scene is gone forever. And they don't have any of the supporting information that we offer. So if you could imagine, you go into a case profile and you have all the videos, all the articles, again, curated, so there's no duplicates, and even police reports, autopsy reports, sometimes the entire trial. And now at your fingertips, you can consume all that content while spending endless time in the experience. And you can cross-reference the material, and it will give people a different perspective, according to Paul. And he just thought it was revolutionary, and he wanted to be a part of it. And he saw it also as the natural extension of his content. As you can imagine, if I'm listening to your podcast and you suddenly say, okay, folks, we're going to get up right now and walk into the crime scene. And then in your living room, you're walking around and you're seeing this experience, and you're with your favorite content creator, whether that's Paul Holes or it's Dateline NBC or it's the New York Times Sunday Magazine. We're seeing media companies interested in creating this content because it's the natural enhancement as the spatial web is coming very quickly.
I only have time for one more question. Lauren, your app puts a spotlight on all sorts of cases, maybe the huge historic ones that a lot of us are aware of, and to even the smaller missing persons cases we're not aware of at all. Can you give our viewers some examples of some of the cases that we can experience on this?
Sure. Well, just in the case profiles, we have ones from, the Beaumont children who disappeared in Australia. We are international as well, so we have cases all over the world. Faye Dollar she was murdered in 1980, and I really have only found one or two articles. So that's a real case that I'm interested in digging more into. As far as the crime doors, we're looking into doing the Ketty Cabin murders coming up, and then we're also working on a huge case with Paul, and it's the Rebecca Zahau case out of San Diego, which was a mysterious death. So you can definitely know that a lot of exciting things are coming their way.
The true crime fans like me are going to love all of this. This is so cool, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. That's Neil and Lauren Mant, the co-founders of Crime Door.